Good morning, everybody. Roseann White here on this kind of gray spring morning. Not quite spring here yet in Scottsdale, but it's raining, so that means it's going to be time for a renewal in the desert. Great time to actually introduce our workout today, which is a recover and renew flow. So I want to welcome you to our Life Pro lives, and just know that this live is recorded and will be available on the Life Pro business page and VIP page after we are done, as well as YouTube. Today's session will be about 30 plus minutes, give or take. I'm going to be on my Rumblex Pro 4D, and I'm actually using the InfraZen Mini PEMF mat. So I think it's a great combination for us in this time of season to have the benefits of not only vibration therapy, but also the amazing benefits of the infrared heat, the PEMF energy, and as well as the gemstones that are in the mat. And if you don't have the PEMF mat, no worries. You can do this flow without the mat. You may even consider incorporating the AllevaFit mat, the red light mat as well. Stay tuned because next week or in 2 weeks from now, or is that next week, I'll also be doing another flow, kind of a nice mind and body practice on the red light mat as well with the Meta Ripple. So lots of ways that we can move our body, our active aging bodies, any time of the day, evening. You can do it whenever you want. So know a couple things. Every body is different, so every body moves different. I will suggest options, and I like to use yoga blocks. And I just said the word yoga, so don't kind of freak out like, oh, I don't do yoga. We're going to move and breathe. So I've got yoga blocks, definitely worthwhile investment. You can find them on Amazon, but have these handy, really helpful. I'm going to be uncarpeting some of the postures. We will be kneeling, and you can be on your PEMF mat for that to get a little more padding, or use a yoga blanket or beach towel or whatever if you need more padding. All these postures, all these moves, if you are not comfortable standing or sitting on the platform, sit on a chair. Just move with me. I'm here to guide you through ways to move your spine, to move your joints, to breathe, and just increase your flexibility. Of course, our vibration platform ups the ante on that. It helps boost more circulation as well, relieving the stiffness and tightness in the joints. And as well as the PEMF. I have a chart that I refer to. If you're interested in getting this chart, I did a little research. It talks about all the different frequencies, and the PEMF mat can go from 1 to 30 hertz. Hertz meaning energy, level of energy or frequency. More is not always better. Lower hertz, anywhere between 1 to 12, I would say, would be really great to help with boosting circulation, working with lymph. I know Deb's talking a lot about lymph, moving lymph. So this is a great guide. If you're interested in getting this, private message me. Again, you can find me, Roseann White, through Facebook. I'm happy to send you this PEMF chart. I don't know if we have it in our Life Pro page in the files, but it's a great chart to go by. Okay, are you ready to begin the practice? Make sure you have water. So important. That's one thing I find personally, and with my clients, we're not drinking enough water. And it's super important to hydrate so we can really move and increase our circulation and hydrate our tissue. And with that, I'm taking a sip. Now, people ask what frequency or what level of vibration. I'm going to say it all the time. Deb says it too. Start where you're at. Be comfortable with where you're at. Okay, so I'm going to begin seated. And I'm going to put my InfraZen mat. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to choose a high temperature. I love warmth, especially it's like a day like today where it's pretty damp, and we normally aren't this damp in the desert. So I'm going to go up to about 158. I'm pretty happy there. My frequency is going to be low. It's going to be only about 10. Yeah, 10 feels good for me. And then I'll place it there. Now, vibration platform, I have chosen to go, because it's the Rumblex and it's got the 3 motors, I'm going to go into lateral, side to side, and oscillation. Whatever platform you have, it's perfect. Work with that. So let's put my platform on. Speed, we can go up to 60 on the Rumblex Pro. I'm going to hit it at about 40. I'm kind of happy with that. And you can see I've placed my mat over the platform, okay? And yeah, I'm going to kind of live on the edge here, putting the mat on here. Until someone tells me not a good idea, I'm going for it, okay? Sit cross-legged or sit wide-legged. Sit in a way that feels comfortable for you. I'm going to move my platform a little bit to be centered in this screen and get my blocks handy. So let's find our seated pose. Each posture, if you're doing yoga, there's actually names for the poses, but don't worry about that. Let's just feel the poses. Take your hands and move the flesh from to the sides of your seat. You're going to find your sitting bones. Hands on the kneecaps, palms up, palms down, up to you. Take a nice big breath in through the nose, open your mouth, sigh it out. Do this a couple times just to get centered here where we're at. Breathe in, pull the chin in, exhale. Belly breath, inhale, rib cage, feel it expand, chest, feel it lifting, and then exhale all the air out. Now, to increase the heat in your body, we'll go into what's called victorious breath or ujjayi breath in yoga, where you keep your mouth closed. Breathe in. Some people call it Darth Vader breath. Inhale. Exhale through the nose, almost like you're fogging up a mirror. And those few breaths just get us settled. Now, I love to start with moving your spine. Super important to have spine flexibility. Hands on the knees. Take a deep breath in. Feel, lengthen, crown of the head to the sky, tailbone pushing back. And then pull ribs in. Exhale and look down toward your belly button. Inhale, restack, draw the shoulders up and drop them down. We'll do that 2 more times. Take a breath in. Exhale, ribs draw in. You can even put your hands there like I am to feel the ribs pull back, belly pulling back. Shake your head no and yes very gently. Get rid of any tension in your neck. And then inhale, collarbone lifts. The chin may lift a little bit, but let the eyes gaze up and drop the shoulders down and feel a little bit of extension in the spine. This is our seated cat-cow. Exhale, pull ribs back. Hands hold on so you're not falling back. And can you feel you're on the back of your sitting bones? Look to the left and right, up and down, all the air out. And then rock onto the top of the sitting bones, the front of the sitting bones, and push your tailbone back. Bend your elbows a lot, using your shoulder blades to pull back and eyes gaze up. You may notice just in 3 rounds how much better your spine is moving. And then recenter yourself. Arms are going to take a big stretch up. Interlace your fingers, press up, reach up. And then exhale, hands go, palms facing up. And we're going to bend to the side. Come back to center. I want you to feel how you're stretching even your finger joints by keeping the palms clasped. We're going to pay attention to all the little joints as well, the big joints. We're going to side bend again. I'm going to reach one hand down to the block or your platform, and I'm going to stretch up, palm facing up, look up, bend the elbow, bend the bottom elbow. I don't want you in your neck. Bend, and then look up. If that's too much on your neck, look forward to me or look down to the floor. And stay here and breathe 3 breaths. Feeling the side body. Feel your sitting bone anchored. Relax your shoulder a little bit. Notice where the breath moves, opens up the side of your body. And we're going to reach both arms up. Inhale, interlace, press up, push, push, push. Drop your shoulder blades down, crown of the head. We're just opening up the crown of the head here and then bending to the side. Nice and slow. Anchor into the hip that you're bending away from. Find your block. Again, I want you to bend the elbow. You can put your hand on the vibration platform, but drop your shoulder and then just start reaching. Hip crease anchors. And then you can turn your palm up or down, whatever feels good for your shoulders. 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. In through the nose, out through the nose. Again, whatever breath works for you. Just breathe. Get oxygen into the body and release. Both arms are up. Inhale. Man, that felt good, didn't it? Reach up again, stretch shoulder blades, drive them up, wiggle a little bit left and right. Find a little more space between the ribs. And then release. So we flexed, we side bended. Now we're going to rotate. Inhale, reach. Your right hand on the outside of the knee. And let's circle the left hand 3 times. I've got this thing about 3s. The first one, you're trying to figure out what you're doing. By the 3rd time, you've got it. And look back. Look back at your thumb. You can take your yoga block and press down on the block, pushing down on the back hand, pushing down on the front hand. Lift the collarbones. Pull the chin in. Stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, grow taller. Press into both sitting bones. Exhale, twist more. One more time. Feel your collarbones lifting, chin in. Exhale, let your eyes look further over your shoulder. And then recenter yourself. Can you almost feel how different that is? You want to keep rotating. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Left hand on right knee, right hand back, and we're going to circle 1, like a softball pitch. 2, oops, I just kicked my block. And 3, reach up, 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 and back. Fingertips can press into the platform. You can put your hand behind your back, or you can grab your block and press down to lift your spine. I want to get space between each vertebra as we twist without collapsing. We'll breathe in. Exhale, feel a little more belly contraction, obliques contracting to twist. Inhale, push down on the left hand. Exhale, press down on the right hand. Get the spine taller, twist more. 1 more breath. Big breath in. And exhale, feel your chin pulling in, your eyes gazing over your back shoulder. And release. Okay, so now we've evened out. You've got a little bit more rotation. You've got some flexion, and you've got some side bending. Just like that. Within about 10 minutes, you already got some movement, some more flexibility in your spine. Super important. And now you can feel the heat in your seat if you're sitting on your mat. That's why I like that PMF there. It just gives us that extra boost. Feels so good. Okay, we're going to move on to a little bit more active dynamic movement. And I'm going to move my platform to show you more of my side posture. So give me a moment here as I do that. Just a little rearranging of the furniture. The mat will now be on the floor. Just slide it back here. And let's go ahead and kneel. Big toes together, knees apart. You can always put a blanket behind your knees if you find it difficult to bend like that. Put a blanket. It's a game changer. And then blocks or not, it's totally up to you. You can put the blocks on the platform to drop your head, or you can put your hands on the platform and stretch. Look left, look right, look left, look right, and 1 more. Come on to hands and knees. Shift to the right and left. Feel your fingerprints. Feel the hips shifting. Do this a couple times. And then shift forward onto your finger pads. It's a big stretch. And shift back into the heel of the hands. Shoulders come over the wrist and over the fingerprints. And then back. We want flexibility in our wrists just as much as we want flexibility in our hamstrings. One more time. And then you find your center. Hang here with me for a moment. Look to the left, look to the right. Tuck the chin around the spine. Lift the chin, lift the eyes. A little bit of a cat-cow here. And we're going to go into weaving the needle. I'm going to shift back, reach up, and then kind of hang out here. And I'm putting one hand on the platform, one hand on the ground, and maybe my shoulder rests on the mat, not my head. And then release. Reach up, inhale, take a little twist, bend the platform arm, and then reach, palm facing up. Just want to twist my spine one more time. I don't put my head on the PMF mat, just near it, and release. So that was our first 10 minutes of this practice. That might be just enough for you today. And just check out how your body feels. If you've been used to being on the platform, and I haven't been on it the whole 10 minutes, I've been off of it a little bit, so we can add more time for those of you that are beginners. But if you've been into it for a while, now I'm going to add another 10 minutes. Same lateral and oscillating movement for me. Same speed. I'm going to go in my 40s there. The mat's nice and warm. Now we're going to really open the hips up. So the first part of this, I'm going to take right foot on. I use my yoga blocks here. So right foot on the platform and press into the block. So I bring the platform up to me rather than having to drop down. Okay. And check out your alignment. Knee over ankle. We're going to shift over the toes, get a nice big stretch into this hip, and then shift back over the toes, lift the heart, shift back. One more time over the toes. Now, I keep holding on to pressing down to the yoga block. I got rid of the other one and I reach up, big stretch up, lift up to the sky, eyes gaze up. Breathe in, breathe out. Hip flexor stretch, super nice for those of us that sit a lot. Hand goes behind the head if it's too much on your neck. And release. Okie doke. I'm going to rotate. So I use my blocks to help me. My toes on the platform and my knee are pointing forward. I'm trying to open up my hip now. I don't know if some of you know that I just had a hip replacement 13 weeks ago, but check it out. I've got my mobility back. Thank you, Life Pro Products, and a good surgeon. And being compliant with my protocol of not doing anything for 6 weeks. Arms reach out, big breath. We're going to press into that knee and reach up. Side body stretch and hip stretch. I'm going to dive into it. And I'm going to reverse. Now, you can come into this posture, hand down and hand up. That's option one. You can take it over and stretch more. Then I'll come back with my block and then get more stretch. One more time. Shift over. My hand now comes down to my foot because I've got more flexibility. Put your hand behind your head. Don't drop your head forward. Push it back. Open up the chest. Breathe into this. You could always use your block. Okay, remember, that's a great option. And then release. I'm going to bring my hand all the way down and stretch. And release. That felt amazing. Hope it feels as amazing for you as it does for me. I'm going to go to the other side. You're not going to see my face, but you're going to see what it looks like from behind. Same moves, okay? I'm going to put the foot, let's start here. Left foot on. I almost forgot about that. So much to show you guys, so little time. Left foot on. Line up toe, knee, hip joint. Check in with the other knee over hip, and then shift forward. I'm pressing down to lift the heart, lift the eyes, not popping my chin out, and then shift back slightly. My shin is pressing, my toes are pressing into the mat. The toes on the platform spread wide. Really spread them wide. Feel the inner outer heel, and then shift back. And one more time, a big shift forward. This time I'm going to keep my left hand on the block, reach the right hand up, Now, if you have problems being on your knees, put a little washcloth under your shin. That'll take your kneecap off of the surface of the floor. The shin presses into the washcloth and you don't put pressure on your patella. And release. Excellent. Now from here, I'm going to shift around. I'm using my blocks to help. Once again, toes pointing forward, hips are squared. Reach out, take a big breath in. And then we're going to stretch up, reach up, fingertips to the sky, knee pressing into the ground, hand pressing, forearm pressing into the knee on the platform. Big reach. And then one arm down, one arm up, and side bend. Stretch. Keep your belly pulled in on this. Tailbone kind of dropping down. And then again, inhale, side bend, exhale. A little more stretch on that side. Shifting forward into the platform. And then I can bring my hand on the block, bend the elbow, get more side bend this way. Last time, inhale, get expansive. Exhale, up and over, hand behind the head, elbow to the sky. Breathe into the sensations you feel. It should be an ah, not a ooey. And come back over, and I'll remove the block and come down and bring my hand down and reach over. Oh, I could press into my wall for help. And then come back up and release. All right, that should feel amazing on your hips. It does on mine. I'm going to go back to sitting on my platform. So, since I'm doing that, I've got my mat on top. I'm going to actually sit facing outward. Let me move my camera down so you can see more of my feet on this. Is it a little bit more? There we go. Okie doke. Okay, here we go. So we're sitting with knees together, or knees forward. I'm going to swivel, and I'll have my blocks handy if I need them. My front knee is off the platform, feet flexed, and this hip is going to kind of drop down and up. I want to just kind of find some kind of centering. My right hip, my bionic hip, is loving the vibration of the platform, and my anchor down. Arms reach wide. We're doing some more side bending. I'm going to press down, open up, and then make this nice and flowy stretch, because we said this is a renew and recover and renew flow. So let's flow with the breath. By now, we got all the nooks and crannies of stiffness out. Let your head go with you. Here's your spine. You bend from belly button to heart to head and reach and come back. Excellent. While we're sitting here, swing your legs forward. The hip that I was just working on, I'm going to straighten both legs and cross over. Now you can just stay like this with your legs straight and take your twist. Fingertips press into the platform, roll your shoulder, push into your forearm into the knee and look over your shoulder. A great detoxifying twist. And then counter it. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Hold here. Maybe get a little stretch and come back down. Press down to rise up from the platform and then release. Reach up, get a weight into the hip and then stretch. Figure 4 is next. So we're going to cross over and start bending. I'm rolling back onto my sitting bones just a little bit and grabbing onto the back of the knee. Now, again, this is my bionic hip, but check it out. I'm getting more and more flexibility. So don't give up. Don't think, I got tight hips, I can't do this. Practice makes progress. And you can wave your knee toward me a little bit. You can hold on to the shin if that's in your bandwidth. But I want you to try to sit up. I rolled back to grab on, but now I want to get length in the spine. And from here, I want to rock side into each sitting bone. Try to find the top of the sitting bone rather than the back. And then release. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So I'm going to start bending, knee down toward the floor, shin parallel. This shin's parallel with the front of the platform. I want to find that left, right, side to side, centered. Inhale, extend. Exhale, let's bend over, reach. Inhale back to center and exhale. Reach wide, lift your chest, lift the corners of your mouth because this feels so amazing. And stretch. I always bend the floor elbow, so I'm not in my neck. And then now I'm bending this floor arm. One more time, big flowing breath in, exhale, up and over we go. Come back to center, stack up, and release. Great. You're nice and square here. We're going to straighten out. Pick your foot up. I want you to really press this big toe that of the leg that's up and over and bent into the ground. Anchor yourself. Pull your hip crease down and lift away from the hip crease. Let the vibration come up your spine. Hold on, sit tall. And then we could take our twist right back to center left. There's that 10 minutes there. We can keep going. Don't worry about the platform. Let's just keep flowing. And right and left. And one more time, right. Oh, so much better. And left. You can feel your progress. So we've got, just to finish up, I definitely want to add my vibration back into the finale of this. So as I said, for me, on this platform, I am in lateral oscillation at 40 speed. My PEMF mat's at 158 with 10 hertz. Heat is on. Okay, so I have my legs straight. I'm going to go into figure 4. Crossed over. I start gliding the heel. So you sit back a little bit. If you got to cross over, that's fine. And then once you get it, grab onto the bottom of the thigh and draw the shoulders down as you lift the heart. See how my foot's flexed here? Super important for your knees. You can grab onto the shin, pull the chin in, rock a little side to side. Feel that sensation of stretch in the glute. And we'll release just the way we came in. Nice and slow. We slide out and uncross. Okay, we're going to realign our spine again and prepare for our final resting. We're just at about the 30-minute mark here. I know I chatted a little bit, and I know you guys don't like our chatting too much, but I hope this information I give you is valuable for you. I'm going to come on, belly on, blocks forward. You can put more padding under if you need to. And I'm going to bring my elbows onto my blocks and just try to extend my spine. Now, if this is too much with blocks, don't worry about it. Come here. But pay attention to what I'm going to do. If your forearms are on the ground, you're liking that, put your forehead on the block. I'm getting a nice little release in my belly, my back. This may be perfect for you, but if you want more, hands down, press up, and drop the shoulders back. And I anchored my toes into the ground. Now it's my belly that's pressing down into the platform. My hip bones are pressing in. My chin is tucked in. I'm extending through my spine and breathing. Lots of options. Elbows, hands, head, but just kind of get that release. Come back, put your hands on the platform, tuck your chin, push back, and then counter that with a nice big child's pose stretch. Restack up. And it looks like I've got about 7 more minutes left on my platform. So I'm going to go ahead and slide my mat down just enough so I can put my back on my PEMF mat. My shins over, my ankles are over the platform. Actually, let me get my blocks because I may play with these for a moment or two. Okay, shimmy here. My shoulders are off the PMF mat, and that's cool. I don't care. That's fine. You can rest for the next remaining minutes on your platform like this, or bring the feet together. The blocks can rest under your knees if you need support. Totally up to you if you want it to be more of a restorative stretch, or you want more yin stretch, and you can rock a little side to side. Whatever feels best for you. And I'd like you just to spend the rest of your time in whatever way feels good for you, legs out or open, in what we in yoga call shavasana, our corpse pose, allowing the sensations of the vibration platform, the PMF, and the heat, the infrared heat, all these sensations to permeate in your body as you relax and recover from your active stretching. We worked from head to toe basically to move our body, twisting and turning, detoxifying, stretching through big joints of our shoulders and our hips and little joints of our spine. And just take a few moments to relax, release, and let go. When you're done with your relaxation period, hands go on top, feet come on top of your platform. You're going to lift your butt up just a little bit, shift to one side, roll to the side. One foot comes off the vibration platform, one leg, and you're going to bring yourself up nice and slow and come to a final resting place. Maybe your feet stay, or final seated place. Feet can be on the platform. That might feel good for you, or you might cross leg, or you might be wide. I still have 5 minutes left. I hope you take the time to stay longer laying down and relax. Relaxation just as important as all our stretching. And enjoy the rest of your day. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the chat. Give me a heart, a little thumbs up that you liked this routine. There's going to be more of this kind of movement happening. So you can really use your platform to a different dimension of stretching and mobility. It's great standing on it and doing strengthening moves. I'm going to be joining you tomorrow. I'll be posting this. I have a Lucky Sevens workout where we're going to be kind of activating muscles. So this is a good combination of strength and stretching for you and all our family of friends in Life Pro. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Namaste. Don't forget to drink water.